Solid Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers, check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighting up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions when my rations getting low. Get down on the flow, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this sweet too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze in a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send you to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the dice before you let them roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in Meth Doom. Hits the sun god, bringing some light. Now watch your mood switch, hieroglyphs when writing scripts. Namaste but conquering, conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Hi guys, as you can see, I'm a Chiefs fan, but I ain't happy. Yeah, we won, but I ain't happy. So I got to stick to being a podcaster for just a second. Let me get all the preliminary shit out the way. The website is www.I.O.W.19.com. Donate on the Patreon if you're feeling real charitable. Go get some merch. Go get the I.O.W. Network app. It's in your respective app store. Now that the bullshit's out the way, and before I bring Nick in, I might waste, I don't know, 7, 5, 10 minutes. Hell, I may even waste 20 minutes of the damn show. Because the brother needs to vent right now. I'm glad that the Chiefs played on the Monday night game. Because this team that America that you saw tonight is the shit that I have had to endure since Atlanta Falcons, I want to say week 15, 14 from last year. Now I get it. Everybody say, oh, you're a Chiefs. 3 AFC championship games in a row, 2 Super Bowls, Super Bowl win 2 years ago. I get it. But understand where I'm coming from. As a Chiefs fan, 34 years I've been on this earth, and 33, the Chiefs have let me down. Been an embarrassment at times. And I know there's other fans of teams. When Nick gets on here, he'll tell me to shut the fuck up with my whining. I get it. It's understandable. But before 2018, before Patrick Mahomes started, man, he didn't have a lot to really brag about as a Chiefs fan. They haven't won a title since 1960. Matter of fact, the playoff win that Alex Smith and Andy Reid got in, I want to say 2017 against Houston, was the first playoff victory they had in my life. So understand the level of what's expected from our Chiefs base right now is when 2013, when you get Andy Reid and Alex Smith change the culture, you get the string of moments with Patrick Mahomes, 3 AFC championship games, 2 Super Bowls. our expectations have changed. And you can say, oh, you're acting like a brat and, just enjoy the moment. I get it. I get it. But all the years that I endured watching this team consistently let me down or just be a total sack of shit. Now that those times are past, I am expecting something better. And what I've been trying to convey to America, you guys finally saw it tonight. You see, and here's the crazy thing. The defense, which is the Achilles heels of the Chiefs, had some bad plays, but for the most part, kept this damn team in the game. Who would have thunk of ever seeing something like that? Not me. Under Andy Reid, I'm not expecting a, a, a capable defense. Period. He doesn't make it as a coach, he doesn't emphasize the importance of defense, which has always been probably one of Andy Reid's downfall. Another of Andy Reid's downfall is running the ball. How do you have a ball carrier averaging almost 4.4? So Derek Gore has 4.4 yards per carry, 11 carries, almost 50 yards in the first half. Why does he not get a carry in the second half? Why does he not have a carry in the second half? Explain that to me. I can't stand when people say, literally sit up here and say, the league has caught up to Patrick Mahomes. Now, I get it. Granted, Patrick Mahomes is not playing well right now, but still in top 5 of passing yards, still in top 5 of passing TDs. But what's different is you look at the interceptions, and I don't care whose fault it is. I'll go to bat whether it's, Mahomes' fault. I'll go to bat if it's a tip and the other team gets it. At this point, I don't care. They're turnovers. It's continuing to happen. Travis Kelce fumbled. Patrick fumbled. Luckily, he was recovered. But Travis lost that fumble. Turnovers. How many damn years under Andy Reid will the Chiefs continually lead the league in turnovers? Lead the league in penalties. These penalties are getting outrageous. These turnovers are getting outrageous. I've been trying to tell people it's a culmination of everything. Yes, we understand the defense is so bad. I know. But now the whole team is trying to overcompensate for it. And the craziest thing, the last couple of weeks, the defense has been the only thing that's been keeping the damn Chiefs in the fucking football game. It's because play calling, you see the first drive. They look like they were committed to dinking and dunking. You're like, yeah, they finally figured it out. We finally figured out how to beat 2 safety high coverage. And look at them go. They went straight down the field. They said, no, we're not going to defer. We're going to get the ball. We're going straight down the field. They finally figured it out. And then just like how the Chiefs been doing all year, they fucking turn the ball over. Defense saves the day. You get an interception. You get a short field. You struggled to get in the end zone. Thank God you did. But you motherfuckers was in a tug of war with a 2 and what? Giants are 2-6? 2-6 team? 2-5 team? Andy Reid, Airbnb, I don't care who's calling plays. Somebody needs to take range of the play calling. One voice. One voice. It needs to be one voice, one objective. Somebody need to. It's a mess and it's on display. I'm glad you guys got to see it. It's a mess. I don't feel good at all as a Chief fan. Now, when I bring Nick in, we've had the conversation. I said, over these next 4 games, this is what is going to be the truth the true talent of this team. I say if they go 1-3, I don't have no hope. They go 0-4, it's definitely over. All right, you got your one out the way. Green Bay's coming next week. Possibly the hottest team in the NFL right now. Aaron Rodgers is saying, I don't give a fuck about the whole situation. I'm a ball out. I'm gonna be Aaron Rodgers. And that defense has been getting after the quarterback. So all these offensive line issues the Chiefs been having, you had trouble with the Giants. This hot ass Packer defense that is a top 5 defense in sacks. Better figure it out. Oh, it doesn't get easier. Next week after that, got to go to Vegas. Raiders, another top 5 team in sacks. Hello. Cowboys. Cowboys is in there. That defense gets sacks. Hello. Then you get to go on a bye and lick your wounds and see where the hell you stand. By the time we get to the end of November, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. But how I'm feeling right now, I don't feel so good as a Chiefs fan. It's looking like the garbage can is on fire. They look like doo-doo. They are not a good team right now. There's no if, buts, or other way to describe their squad right now. They're not a good team. Patrick Mahomes looked pedestrian. Travis Kelce, I don't know what the hell he was doing today. Play calling is still questionable. Players still not showing up on the offensive side. That's your calling card, Chiefs. Put up 30, 35, 40 points a game. And y'all can't do it. Y'all can't even do it against the Giants. Y'all put up 3 points last week. They in trouble, man. If you ask me right now, last week against Tennessee, I was a half glass, half full kind of guy. I had some optimism. Of course, I can see the obvious issues. Now, and this is after a win, and this is how I feel. They look fucking pathetic. They look terrible. They look terrible. There's no other way about it. This shit right here is absolutely atrocious on how a Hall of Fame coach can't adjust, and his quarterback is directly attached to him. He's having problems adjusting. Tyreek, luckily, was the only thing on offense that passing wise that could get something going. And until they start doing those quick little flick forward to call it a pass completion, which is bullshit, but whatever. Chiefs, man. Now, man, I agree with you. The Chiefs are done. They are in trouble. I'm not going to say just Mahomes. He's not taking care of the ball. He's just not. This is sad. How quick the mighty have fallen. How quick the mighty have fallen.
What's up, brother?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm gonna be real with you for a minute because I always keep it real. Up until the end, you sounded like a fucking homer because I think you're being way too kind. The Lions, the Texans, the Jaguars, the Giants, maybe the Jets. That performance, you're only beating those teams. You weren't beating any other fucking team in the league tonight.
Period.
That was pathetic.
That was pathetic.
And you guys got saved because when Mahomes threw the interception, the Giants got the encroachment or the offsides. Yeah. You would have lost that fucking game. Bro 11.75 points the last 2 games scored is pathetic.
We've had this conversation last week, Nick. You said, can you see the Chiefs losing? I said, yes. I
Yes.
can obviously see them losing,
Yeah.
and they almost made me. They almost made me true on that.
If there's ever a win that can be marked as a loss, it's tonight. Because you ain't beating Vegas with that. You're not beating the Packers. You're not beating the Cowboys. And you're probably not beating the Broncos if you play like that.
Well, they're already losing the top AFC contenders. They've already lost 4.
Who have they beat? They beat Washington,
Philly,
the
Giants.
They beat the Philly. And
And
who was the other one?
they called Cleveland on week 1.
Cleveland. Bro, you might have to start draft watching like me, man.
And look, I'm fine if I got to start draft watching, but what I won't tolerate is a offense that has studs up and down the whole roster.
Do you know
Studs.
Do you know what I saw tonight? I saw a team that does the one thing you can never do. They were resting on their laurels. They thought they could just show up.
Here I am. We win.
Exactly, 100%. They are looking like a team that thinks they can just show up and it's good enough. And the games they win are not impressive. I mean, they ran off 21 straight on Washington. That's not impressive, right? You threw an interception. Giants had a chance to win the game, should have won the game. If the Giants had a better fucking game plan and weren't 2-16, they walk out with the victory in Arrowhead.
Giants should have won this game.
Absolutely. The Giants lost this game. The Chiefs didn't win this game.
Not at all. Giants should have won this game. Period.
Yeah.
You can see. You can see. This is why I wanted people to see this shit on a Monday night on the grand stage. No other games, just you.
I don't want to watch this shit. I'd rather watch a good game.
No. Of course. I get that. As a Chiefs fan, I wanted to watch a good game, and I was miserable the last 4 hours. All right. So when I preference what I'm saying as in I needed people to see that the takes I take every week about the Chiefs isn't made up shit. This is shit that I watch every week of Mahomes scared to stay in the pocket. He does leave the pocket early sometimes when not, because that last drive, instead of settling for that field goal, had he stepped up and to his left, he still would have had protection, and Travis Kelce was coming towards the goal line horizontally and had the defender on his back. Had he just stood in there for a pocket for just a second, he could have led Travis Kelce, and Kelce would have been open because there was nobody else in the area. Probably another 10, 15 yards from somebody else was in the area. So he does do that. But it's a reaction because that offensive line has been struggling to keep the pressure off of him. That offensive line is better equipped for the run.
And they look good running it to the right.
They look good running it.
They look good running it to the right. Draft season. I love Trey Smith, the rookie from Tennessee.
That's what he's there for.
And when they were running it to the right,
it was unstoppable.
He's strong. He moves people.
He's a mauler.
And you might laugh at this when I say this, but behind the phone, I have the NFL Network on, and it's on mute. And I'm watching the highlights without people talking. And you know what Patrick Mahomes reminds me of? Doug Flutie with the Bills back in the late 90s. And let me explain. He breaks the pocket without a plan. Mm-hmm. And he breaks the pocket too early. And he breaks the pocket maybe out of fear, maybe out of confusion.
It's definitely out of fear. It's out of fear.
But he's going too soon.
Way too soon. Way too soon.
100%.
He's going way too soon.
He's not comfortable back there.
But
I don't know why. I don't know what's happened that he's lost his confidence in himself. I don't know what happened that he's lost his confidence in the system. But this man looks terrified to play the quarterback position. Maybe it's because he's got his brother up with his fiance up in the booth, and he's stressing about what's going on between the two of them, which I've mentioned before. As you light the blunt, because you look like you need
it. This is literally where
Cheers.
I think
You got your medicine. By the
No.
way, I'm like 35 deep from 4 o'clock.
Mahomes does leave the pocket early.
Very. And he dips. He puts himself in a position that he can't throw the fucking ball.
He's putting the football in very dangerous positions. He needs to shore up his ball security. And sometimes on these throws, stop trying to force it, man. Stop trying to force it.
Yeah.
Stop trying to force it.
I don't know what their quarterback coaches. I don't know what their every team has ball protection
drills and all that shit.
Drills that they go through. He gets low. He puts the ball down by his knees. He dips down to a non-throwing position, and it allows the defense to recoup, because he can't hurt them from there. And I don't get it. I don't understand the fall from grace. I don't understand the panic. I don't get it.
And here's the thing. I will not absolve Patrick from his mistakes, because he's definitely making them. He's definitely making them. But damn it, you got the running game going. You can, bro, keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. Keep it simple, stupid. The run game is running. Where's your play action? Where's your bootleg? I'm telling you, Patrick Mahomes can run that in his sleep. Where's the play action? Where's the bootleg? The run game is going.
Novice quarterbacks, rookies can run that in their sleep. It's quarterback 101. And the fact that they're not putting him in positions to throw. And when he breaks the pocket, he arches so far deep and around that the defense has time to spread out and cover everybody.
Don't worry, Melvin. I already admitted Giants should have won this game. Period. So
yes,
they got saved big time. I get that. And your other point, it's the Mike Tyson effect. Most teams were already defeated before the game started until this year, after we saw Buster Douglas knock them out. Great analogy.
Very good. But
as much as I can't absolve Patrick, but damn it, come on, Andy Reid. Come on, help your boy out. Help him out. You telling me Patrick Mahomes can't run bootleg or play action? Come on, don't do that. Don't insult that man like that. You have to at least make something that's going to, be very complimentary to that run game that you have going. And
what do I tell you all the time? There's two types of coaches in this league. There's coaches that never change their game plan. They think they could take the square peg and fit it in the circle hole. Guys like Adam Gase, who kept their game plan from 10 years ago, and they think that they can just cakewalk through the league and never adapt. And then there's guys who evolve. And for 20-something years, Andy Reid has been a coach who evolves. And right now, I said this a week ago or 2 weeks ago when Mel was sick. I don't want to put the label on Andy Reid that the game has passed him by.
But it's looking like it.
Every game you watch Andy Reid coach,
it's looking like it.
All right, you know what? I'm not fucking crazy if I say it, because I've been hesitant to say it.
No, don't be. Because here's the crazy, because Louis Riddick, it was either him or Brian Greasy had a good point. It was
which is mind blowing.
Yeah, which is mind blowing.
Were you watching them over Peyton and Eli?
But no, I should have been watching Peyton and Eli.
So good.
It is good. It is good.
It's the greatest.
It is good.
And I could listen to Peyton Manning talk to football 24/7, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Without anybody else interrupting. I learned so much.
Just listening to him.
Peyton. He's so good. And you could tell when Eli's being quirky and talking with the guest host.
Yeah.
Like Peyton is like, I want to talk football. I want to talk football. I want to talk. Like he gets like panicky that he can't talk X's and O's. And it's the most brilliant thing ESPN, who I fucking hate, has ever done.
When
So good.
when Peyton Manning decides he wants to coach, there's going to be so many blank checks signed by NFL owners right to his mailbox.
But it's the Allen Iverson effect, right? What did Allen Iverson? I think we discussed this a few weeks ago. Allen Iverson said flat out, "I will never fucking coach guys who make more than I do." And I can't see Peyton Manning coming in at $6 million a year and dealing with guys failing and not playing to the level that he expects or the level that he knows.
I'm gonna sum it up just like this: John Gruden didn't earn a 10-year, $100 million contract. Peyton Manning can easily earn a 10-year, $100 million coaching contract.
You just need a desperate owner, right?
Oh, look,
you need a desperate owner.
Look, I'm telling you, when some of these coaching vacancies open up, they're gonna call Peyton. They're gonna call him. You will not be doing your job if you don't call that man.
How about you put Peyton Manning coaching Patrick Mahomes?
Man, dynasty, bro. Because he's looking at the game as a strategic. He plays chess in football, and it's so and people forget the mental aspect that comes with football, and I think that's what's lacking right here with the Chiefs. It's not just the players. The players are one problem, and then you got the coaches who are not helping them out. I'm gonna go to the defense side of the ball. Spagnuolo, he continues to put 49 Daniel Sanderson and 56 Ben Neiman in pass coverage, and they get torched every time. Every time I see him on the field, I hold my breath and I hope that the quarterback did not see them, because if he does, I'm throwing it over their way every time. Every time.
I'll say it because I know you can. If I see a white guy in coverage, I'm fucking targeting him. Right? Tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong on that, and by the way,
only if it's Jason Sehorn. I wouldn't test Jason Sehorn. Everybody else?
That was 20 years ago, man. Times have changed. I just have to say this. The views expressed by Nick are not those of I.O.W. Sports.
Now that he got a win using sound QB play, he can't do it consistently or convincingly. He is better suited for chaos and razzle dazzle. That's why he is good during comebacks.
Who?
He's talking about Mahomes.
He's not, because the league is caught on. And now when he breaks the pocket, instead of everybody coming up and him finding someone,
plaster receiver,
they're dropping. They're dropping, and they're fucking having one guy go after him because he's not Lamar Jackson, right? He's not going to sideline juking and taking it 75 yards.
I can't agree with you right there on that, Mel. Mahomes does have audible ability at the line. But I think what Mahomes is doing, he's trusting that Andy Reid is calling the right plays, is going to put the offense in the right position. But Andy's not. So
players that you've drafted, if you have first name to pop into my head, obviously I'm wearing this. If you have a Keyshawn Johnson, a 6'3" wide receiver, you can check to a slant, you're comfortable throwing that. When you got all these speedy little bitches who can't do nothing but run, it's tough to check to a simple pass. I think I texted, I can't remember if I texted you or my buddy Steve, who's a Giants fan, but at halftime, it was Tyreek Hill, 7 catches, 47 yards.
Yeah, he was taking the shorts.
Fuck, have you ever seen that?
Never.
7 catches is usually $170.
Easily. And
they tried it, but they don't have the personnel to
that's
run
not their makeup. That's not their makeup.
Yeah.
That's not their makeup. But
Kelsey disappeared.
Kelsey had a bad game tonight.
Horrible.
He had a terrible game.
That bitch almost cost me a fantasy win. He got the last catch on the final drive before the field goal, and I won by 0.3. So, way to go, Cracker.
but
Views expressed.
but just look at this. Tyreek has 12 catches, 94 yards, and a touchdown, but he has 18 targets. He has 18 targets.
Yeah.
The next person has 7, and that's McCole Hardman and Travis. Travis only had 4 catches, 27 yards. They're not in sync right now, which is weird that Mahomes and Kelsey aren't in sync. It's literally fundamental football that they're really messing up right now. It's fundamentally shit.
They do not look comfortable in their own skin. They don't have an identity. They don't have go-to plays. They look lost. And I think the fact that they're 4-4 is almost a miracle. They could be 2-6.
They showed a stat on ESPN of the most turnovers. So they got 19, and then there's I can't remember.
Zach Wilson didn't play this week, so Mahomes is now the INT leader.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm not happy about that.
This is the torch, brother.
I ain't taking it. Nope, I don't want it. I don't want it. Just leave it at the doorstep.
Nope. I'm FedExing this shit to North Carolina. It's yours.
It's literally just fundamental things. Like Andy's not coaching fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
Mahomes isn't playing fundamentally quarterback sound.
Yeah.
It's throwing the offensive line out of whack. It's throwing the receivers out of whack. Just run the ball. Please just run the ball.
It looked well, right? They hit
it was working.
They got a couple 8-9 yards. Yo, if you're gonna spread out, you're gonna go 4 wide. Kelsey is a tight end. You're gonna have at least 5-7 guys back with the 2 safeties, right?
I'm gonna hit you with a stat.
What's wrong with hitting 7-8 yards a run?
I'm gonna hit you.
Why can't you play small ball?
Oh, this is gonna make you mad to your point that you're just saying. So I saw a stat the other day. The Kansas City Chiefs lead the league in facing the lightest box. 84% of the time, they're facing a light box.
That's what she said.
but that's 5-6 guys in the box. That's a light box. Yeah. And they're facing that 84%. You run the ball.
The fucking ball. You got Creed Humphrey. You got Trey Smith. You got Thuney. You have a potentially elite inside
run pass offense.
What's wrong with 4 yards of carry? 3 carries is a first down. Make the defense adapt, and then you attack. It's simplicity, man. And this bullshit of these 2 fucking idiots standing next to each other at the
with them big ass Waffle House menus.
Man, I feel like I'm looking at the gay pride flag because they got so many colors on these fucking laminated sheets. But neither one of them is fucking. I say it time and time again, man. And for those who don't know, I'll repeat it. Play callers need to be in a rhythm as much as the guy passing the ball. Yeah. And you have 2 guys next to one another, and they're conflicting, they're contrasting, they are countering what one wants to do. You're gonna have an underachieving 500 team that is not worth 34 minutes of a podcast.
Daryl Williams has 13 carries, 49 yards. He's averaging almost 4 yards a carry. His longest run was 12 yards. Derek Gore, 11 carries, 48 yards, 4.4 yards.
How many carries? I heard 48.
No, 48 yards on 11 carries. So he's averaging 4.4 yards a carry.
So they almost ran for 100 yards between the 2 backs.
Yes.
It should have been near 150. Like, they didn't do it enough because
they don't do it enough.
It worked. It looked good.
What baffles me about this whole situation is that when you see it's working, why do you go away from it? You don't go away for things that are. I think I can speak for both of us. If we're doing something in life and it's bringing us great success, we're going to keep continuing to do it until we notice it's not bringing us success.
I don't call offense for my son's team, but I give input and what I see to the offensive coordinator. And something I always say to him is this: don't get cute. Run it until they fucking stop it. If we toss it left and we get 8, toss it right. Toss it left. Keep fucking doing it. You don't change until the other team makes you.
Okay, now I see your comment right here, Melvin. It's not hard to come to the line and see 5 DBs in a 3-man rush and know to check the play to a run. That's on 15. Yes, I'll give you that. I will give you that. I think he needs to take more control of his checks and seeing what the defense is giving you and say, hey, I have a better play that's going to be more successful instead of the play that was originally called. I will give you that, Mel. I will definitely give you that.
Let me throw you a question. Let me throw you a question based off of his comments, since you're the Chiefs fan. Is it Mahomes not having the football IQ to check off? Did he fucking go so wild the first 3 years on talent and crazy pass plays that maybe he's not here, the quarterback, as he is here with the arm?
It's funny you asked me that because it was
because when you throw crazy passes and they hit,
it works.
You're never exposed. It's almost he's getting exposed here rather than here.
Here, yeah. And it's funny you asked me because I think it's the shop that LeBron has on HBO, and he was on it after they just won the Super Bowl, and he said, I just finally figured out how to start reading defenses. And so when I heard that, I took it kind of both ways. I took it like, man, you're pretty damn good for a guy that just knows how to read defenses. But at the same time, I'm like, wait, if you're not knowing how to read defenses, what else do you not know how to do?
It's like a guy in golf who hits holes in one, but doesn't know how to read the fucking green.
Yeah, can't putt work shit.
If you're not on the green and you're making it in or you're chipping it in,
you're fucked.
You never got exposed, right?
You're fucked.
And it's almost like, you never had a putt. You never hit a green because you're chipping it in. You're holding and one. It
look,
might be, you might be watching Mahomes have to regress to a rookie
to get better.
Yes.
And that's why I think maybe he needs to spend more time with Chad Henne. And
with his fiance, because I am not a fan of Gums McGee. I don't. Her gums are longer than his passes. I do not think.
But no, I mean and this is why I'm shocked that he didn't learn this from Alex of taking what the defense gives you, because he's pretty much a wild stallion quarterback style, and Andy Reid fell so in love with it. But maybe he just never grew that mental part of being a quarterback, as in to know when you got a light box, man. Look, great example. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady are checking out of that every time.
Yeah.
Like
those two are Albert Einsteins of football.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're seeing what the defense is giving you. And if I'm facing a light box 84% of the time of a 60-minute game, come on.
I get what you're saying. You're talking about two Albert Einsteins. And when you're looking at Patrick Mahomes, you might just be looking at Bo Jackson, someone who has the physical abilities, but not
the substance to maintain.
Yeah, you might be looking at flash and not substance. One of my phrases, right?
It is frustrating to watch, but it can be fixed. But the schedule they got coming up, they got to figure it out quick. And
it could be 4-7 going into Thanksgiving.
They have to run the ball until y'all figure it out. Just run the ball until y'all figure it out, please. That's all I'm saying. Is keep it simple until you can get the shots that you so love. And because if you look at it this way, had they been able to just maintain the run your play action and bootleg, you keep that defense on his heels, because then you keep him off balance. You keep them honest. Then you see those safeties creep up. Then take your shots. But don't keep trying to take the deep shots until you see those safeties come up. It's okay if you don't hit the home run on every drive. That first drive was immaculate. It ended poorly, but that first drive was immaculate. If you can recreate that over a 60-minute period, that 4-4, it looks like nothing, and you look like an actual legit contender again. Right now,
I want to say this real quick while I'm looking at it. Patrick Mahomes, 29 completions, 275 yards.
never would have thunk it.
What was that? 8.8, 8.9. That's bad, man. If Patrick Mahomes had 29 completions,
You're expecting
you're looking
350.
450.
Yeah, 450.
Let's be real.
Even.
You're looking 450.
And
You're
5
looking
touchdowns.
massive game.
And 5
The
touchdowns.
fact that he threw 20 incompletions against a Giants defense that is not
good. It's not good.
They're average. I like Patrick Graham. I like their defensive coordinator. I just think he needs a little more talent to get them to a level that he wants them at.
Their front four is decent.
I like
their front four is decent. Their front four is decent. Everything besides that, besides their front four, is a little questionable on that Giants defense. This should have been a slobber. This should have been a slaughter.
You're right. The Giants should have won by about 20.
Hey, at this point, the way the Chiefs look at it, I wouldn't even disagree with you because this is
bad, man. It's very, very bad for a team that everybody, fans, analysts, players thought would be the cream of the crop. And they look like the shit in the crops right now. I'm not being an asshole.
No, you're not. You're being so honest.
They're only beating 5 teams in the league.
I mean,
and they got lucky. They played one of those 5.
It gets no better schedule wise for them.
No,
it doesn't.
No,
it gets no better. You get Packers coming in next week.
If you play like this,
they're losing.
Not win one of your next 3. You will be the 1-3 you dreaded because you're not beating Vegas, Packers, or Cowboys with this.
With that, no, not at all.
Now, with that being said, are they capable of turning it around? Are they capable of putting 49 points up on one of the next 3 opponents? Yes. But it's almost what I said earlier about the Cowboys, right? Show me.
Yeah.
Until you do it, like Cowboys beating a contender, Chiefs playing well in a game against a good team, I can't believe you can do it until you do it.
You got the Packers coming in next week, and like I stated earlier, they're a top 5 defense in getting sacks. So they're next week.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to figure out how to. Of course, you're gonna have to continue to run the ball. That's without a doubt. But
real quick, not to cut you off. Packers are coming to you.
Yeah. And I'm favoring the Packers on that right now.
You have to, because the way you perform tonight at home doesn't give you any advantage.
There's that home field advantage of Arrowhead is gone. It don't matter no more. It doesn't matter the way this team's playing right now. Home field, it don't matter if it's at Arrowhead or anywhere.
You're right.
It absolutely doesn't fucking matter because what have we preached on this show of game plans that travel? Run the ball, get after the quarterback, protect your quarterback.
And you saw last week when Green Bay went on the road, and Green Bay's got that. It's kind of like a fuck you to the Chiefs in a way that you get the 6-day week, and the Packers get the 11-day week.
Coming off a Thursday.
Yeah. Like I know the Packers had to travel home and they got to travel with you, but to give that game with extended rest against a team on short rest is almost like what happened with Miami and Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "Oh, you're going to London? All right, fuck you. You guys got to play on Sunday." We're not but that being said, the Packers went to Arizona, who's playing much better than Kansas City.
Much better.
and they went without their top 3 receivers.
Mm-hmm.
They went without their best offensive lineman Bakhtiari, and they went without Alexander, their best cornerback, and they won that game.
Yeah.
You add some of those players back to the Packers, you could be steamrolled. You could lose a 35-17 game.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You
I
can't.
would.
No, you
I,
can't.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens at all. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens the following week against Vegas. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens back in Arrowhead when the Cowboys come into town. I wouldn't be surprised.
And as somebody who's not a Chief fan, I'll say it so you don't look like a homer. I got your back, brother. You know I love you. You can't be surprised either if Kansas City finally clicks and they put on 35-17. I know it doesn't look probable, but it's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but damn it, it ain't looking promising. Damn it, it is not looking promising.
Who would have thought my boys would have had a better weekend than yours, brother?
But look, man, it's get back to the basics. Enough with the window dressing.
Yep.
Enough with the, because you even saw when they tried to do that underhand toss to Kelsey, that was sniffed out immediately. That little stutter, he does like the fake blocking, then he kind of leaks on a drag route and Pat underhands it to him. Yeah, that got snuffed out.
Like a desperate Pop Warner team, to be honest.
They look, oh my gosh, that's the best word. They look desperate.
Yeah.
They look so
they don't
desperate.
Look confident. They don't look secure in who they are. What I said earlier, they don't have their identity. It's like they're looking for their identity because the shit Patrick has done to save them the last 3 years
is not happening.
It's not happening anymore.
It's not. And here's one thing that I thought about it too.
What you got?
You pick up Josh Gordon.
Did they?
I don't know. You don't see him. You don't see him. Here's the thing. When you have a 6'4", 225 wide receiver, he's
you only have him if you use him.
Well, but he's on the roster. So, but this is what I'm saying. You have a mismatch already. Just him stepping on the field.
Allegedly.
Because he's been on the milk cart missing ever since they signed him. So
they threw one slant to him 3 weeks ago, and we came on a Monday, and I said to you, that's what this offense was missing. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like Andy Reid was like, we're going to burn this shit. We're never going to run that fucking play again because it worked.
Josh Gordon can be a difference maker for this offense.
Is he injured?
No.
Then Andy Reid is. He got to go.
See, but that's what I'm saying. This is why I can't let everybody put all the blame on Patrick. Patrick Dirt.
It's one of my favorite terms when things are going bad. It's a domino effect of awfulness. Mm-hmm. The coach ain't helping the quarterback. The play caller ain't helping the quarterback ain't helping the offense. The small, unphysical wide receivers aren't helping the quarterback. It's like they got away with murder, and they're still trying to murder, but everybody's catching on to what they do. Son of Sam shit, right? Like eventually everybody knew what Son of Sam was going to do. You know what the Chiefs are going to do, and you're stopping it.
Josh Gordon can literally I thought about this. When you got somebody as fast as Tyreek, it's okay to use him as a decoy. You telling me you still got 2 high safeties? If I'm Andy Reid, I put Tyreek Hill in the slot and I say just run a go route and push those safeties further even back. You can easily put Josh Gordon, Travis Kelce. Hell, you can even go to them other receivers, Brian Pringle, McCole Hardman, Demarcus Robinson, and leak them right under that coverage, and they'll be wide open every time. Wide open every time.
I feel when you look at the Chiefs receivers, it's the Spider-Man meme of everybody pointing at one another.
The Spider-Man,
because it's like they're the same guy. Listen, all of the great wide receiver cores of all time, they're not duplicates. They
You're right.
complement one another.
You're right.
You know, they contrast.
Mm-hmm.
New York Jets, 1998. Keyshawn Johnson, Wayne
Wayne
Gretzky.
Brett.
Nobody would ever fucking confuse those two for being the same player. Randy Moss, Chris Carter, and I'm not putting for Bet and Keyshawn on that level before anybody sends a text. But Randy Moss, Chris Carter, completely opposites.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Cup and you look at Woods. Woods is more of a speed guy. Cup is more of an underneath.
Yeah.
You look at Diggs. You look at Beasley.
Yeah.
You look at Thielen. You look at Jefferson. You look at Evans. You look at Godwin.
Yeah.
You don't
Have the same guy.
duplicates. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It sounds like a car accident outside. My bad. I live right outside a traffic light, so it's crazy shit goes on out here. The way you succeed in the NFL, and I say this all the time, wide receiving cores need to complement one another. You don't need the same guy doing the same thing throughout the entire lineup because it's easy to eliminate that. When you have guys who have different skill sets, and you have guys who can, Robbie Anderson can spread the field. DJ Moore can come underneath. You know Robbie Anderson's not going underneath. You saw the shit that happened to him on Sunday when he goes underneath.
Got wrecked. That boy got wrecked.
Atlanta turned into a fucking sniper and almost killed this motherfucker.
Yeah, he got wrecked.
But the Chiefs have been built off of speed.
And that's it.
And and now that they have Josh Gordon, they don't know how to use him. They don't have the playbook to put in a 6'3", 224 wide receiver.
They better figure it out. Because here's my keys.
I don't know they will, man. I don't know they will until Andy Reid passes the torch.
This literally.
Give me 1 second. Keep talking.
Yeah. We literally just set up the Chiefs' offensive game plan against the Packers. This is exactly what they need to do. Run the ball and keep running it. Keep running that motherfucker until all their damn running backs just get tired. Run the ball. Run the ball. That's number one. Get to some play action and some bootleg. And damn it, use Josh Gordon. Name me a defensive back right now on the Packers that can match up with him. I'll wait. Matter of fact,
I don't think you have one that can, but I'll add this. You might not have the ability to block their pass rush, and you might not have the ability to play call for him and his skill set because you haven't shown it. You've had him 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
They signed him right before Buffalo. That's at least a month now. At least a month.
Early October. That's enough fucking time, man, to have a game plan and to, like, the Titans just signed Adrian Peterson today. They're getting the package for him on Sunday.
Oh, AP's at least getting 20 carries.
20?
I
would say 8 to 10 this week.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they overdo it with him. I think they'll have some traps and counters inside.
Well, knowing Adrian Peterson, he's in damn good shape right now. Knowing him,
of course he is.
He's in damn good shape. He may not be in game shape, but he's in damn good shape.
He was 4 weeks post surgery from the ACL, and he was in better shape than half the running backs.
He's a freak, bro.
Because he's a marvel. He's absolutely.
He's a genetic freak
version of Tom Brady.
He's a genetic
There's no
freak,
logic. There's no reason that he's still able to do what he does, but he does it.
You got to figure this shit out quick. And look, and that's why I preference to saying the first thing they need to do is run the ball. And that's why I prioritize everything else after that. I
gotta ask you this. How long is Hilaire hurt?
He can come off IR right now.
And then I'm going to say this. Why did you guys fucking sign Adrian Peterson?
I mean,
you don't even have an answer, right? You're like, damn, that's a good fucking point.
I wouldn't have had an issue getting Adrian Peterson because obviously we're going to have to change our offensive game plan to being a more run first option.
I mean, I just think he's a better option than what you have with Gore.
Yeah, but come on, Gore and Darrell Williams did their job tonight.
Correct, but I think
I'm not going to put that on them because that's Andy Reid getting away from what was working.
I just think Adrian Peterson gashing up the A gap.
I got you.
Further.
But behind those
he
three,
would have been more productive with the.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Even at his age, he's a better talent than those guys.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. If you put it now that you're putting it that way, I'm not debating that at all.
Because I'm perfect. Hilaire, AP, 1-2 punch. That's much better than these guys.
When you got Creed Humphreys, who's a mauler, when you got Trey Smith and Joe Thuney, who have proven that they are better at run blocking than pass blocking. Matter of fact, that whole O-line tonight, when they ran the ball, he was like, "Oh, these boys is nasty." This is what I needed to see. I needed to see some nastiness out of the Chiefs. That's probably the only unit on that whole offense that brings the nastiness to that offense.
But even with that being said, you stopped going to it. It was successful. It looked good. And you didn't even run for 100 yards between those two running backs.
That's coaching, man.
Exactly.
That's coaching.
100%. I agree with you.
And that's why I
shit, because not everybody has Mike White as quarterback. Not everybody's got a guy who's going to drop back, throw for 405.
And I think that's what it is. I think it's so mental right now on how bad the offense is killing themselves.
Yes.
You can see it. You can see it in the play calling. You can see it in the actual play. You can see it in every last aspect on the offense right now that they're like, man, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're just hoping that this works.
100%. And I say the Mike White thing as obviously a joke.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
When your quarterback is off and your passing game is off, you got to find a way to evolve. It's easy. When your quarterback throws for 405, everybody looks smart, right? Everybody's doing the Brooklyn Brawler. They're patting themselves on the back.
Nice reference.
What are you going to do? Thank you. I did the Kurt Angle earlier. It's after midnight. It's two 9 hours of podcast. References. I feel good about myself. But finishing the point, when your quarterback's off, it's easy to stop the run.
Mm-hmm.
When your quarterback's on, it's easy to get the run going. Jets had over 500 yards of offense yesterday. You can't tell me, as much as I love this team, you cannot tell me the Jets are a better offense than the Chiefs. Now, I know opponents, play callers, luck, all of it matters. There's no fucking way that the talent that the Chiefs roll out can't fucking figure it out. And I think it's borderline pathetic coaching that they can't.
Yeah.
I love Andy Reid. I've called Andy Reid the quarterback whisperer. So I'm not hating on Andy Reid.
Me neither.
I'm not spitting shit out of mouth just to fucking say it on a podcast. I'm not doing first take shit, which was said earlier today. I just think everyone hits adversity.
Yeah.
Coaches, players, everyone in life. When you hit adversity, you show us what you're really about.
What are you made of and how you're going to respond?
What are you going to do?
What the fuck are you going to do
when you're painted back into a corner? And right now,
they're in fetal position.
When they have an answer.
They're in a damn fetal position.
It's completely 100% shocking.
I know the greatness of Andy Reid, but this is the same shit that got him booted out of Philly. He didn't evolve. This is the same shit.
Yeah.
But real quick before we get off the air, I'm gonna ring off the rest of the schedule. their last games of the rest of the regular season, and I want you to understand on how tough this road is going to be for them to figure this shit out. So
I'm gonna tell you real quick. I looked at it at 11:53 before we get on. 4-5. You're 8-9 at the end of the year.
So watch this.
Unless you fix it.
Unless you fix it.
8-9 at the end of the year.
If they keep playing like the way they do, it's definitely 8-9.
This team right now, granted, they can take it up 4 or 5 notches, but go ahead. I'm gonna tell you the ones I like and don't like.
Oh, because after I go through it, I'm gonna tell you the ones that I know for sure that the way that they're playing right now, they're gonna win and then they're gonna lose. And I'm willing to bet $1 million fucking bucks. Me and you're gonna have the same answer. But Green Bay
loss.
Raiders loss. Cowboys loss. Broncos. Hey, you got a victory.
Win.
Got a victory. Raiders again. Loss.
1-4.
Chargers loss.
Where?
It's in LA. That's a loss.
I don't know because the Chargers and the Chiefs are doing the Spider-Man thing. They're like, hey, we beat some teams.
Yeah, but I get that. But Chargers show more fight. They at least show more fucking fight.
I'll give you a loss right now, but I think this is a game that we can reassess in 2 weeks.
Yes, you're right. All right,
so 1-5.
Steelers win.
2-5.
Bengals loss. Now that's a loss. That's in Cincinnati.
I don't know. Losing to the Jets is bad.
I know, but the Bengals, which is they get after the quarterback. That's been a problem for the Chiefs.
Okay.
They can't. That's a loss.
All right, 2-6.
Then you get Broncos again. That's a win. I saw 3 wins plus tonight. That's your 4 wins. That's it. The way that they're playing right now.
That's the last game. The Broncos against the last game, 3-6.
That is it.
So you're at 7-10.
That is it. That's all I see them winning right now. The way that they're playing right now. I think
it. I think they might be able to win one with the Raiders because divisional opponents. It always happens.
True.
I think 9-8 is their ceiling, and I think 7-10 is their floor. So 7, 8, 9, right? We're right in there. We're very similar, because as much as we like who when you're writing down the schedule had the Jets beating the Titans and the Bengals. So there's always that game that jumps up and bites people that you don't expect to happen.
Man.
But it don't look good. It does not look good. Granted, if I tell you January 10th, last place Lamar, the fucking Chiefs ran the table and won the last fucking 10 games. You can be like, shit, man, I knew they could do it. But right now, as of tonight,
don't see it.
No,
not at all.
No.
If
a lot of work to be done. A lot of work to be done in here.
Yes, and that's what it is.
Talent.
And that's exactly what it is. It's they're losing the mental part of football.
100%.
So, and we just gonna leave it at that. Like always, homie, the big homie Nick, always appreciate you.
I just want to ask you one question before we get off the air.
Yeah.
Did any other sports things happen tonight, or is it just this fucking shitty game?
I'm pretty sure there was some other shit that happened.
You don't know about that.
I wouldn't even know.
Like to say this.
I wouldn't even know.
Being in New Jersey, who grew up in New Jersey, Net fan, glad the Knicks lost.
Hey, the Knicks are playing not too bad basketball right now.
They lost. They lost. The views expressed by Lamar are not those of Nick Shine.
Always appreciate you, brother.
Love you, buddy. Have a good night, man.
Be good, bro.
All right, we'll talk soon.
For sure.
Peace.
So there it is, y'all. So, sorry that I gave y'all the Chiefs edition of I.O.W. Sports Late Night Al edition, but they played Monday night. I had to get some shit off my chest. Chiefs were struggling, man. They need some serious reality check. They be getting doses of reality check just about every game. Who would imagine you get a victory and I'm still not satisfied? It was just a terrible performance. a lot of stuff mentally that the Chiefs got to fix. You know, we'll definitely talk more about Von Miller getting traded to the Rams, Saints losing quarterback Jameis Winston for the year. What else happened? Derrick Henry, the Titans losing him for the year. Already signing Adrian Peterson. We'll definitely get more in depth about that tomorrow night. And then NFL trade deadline. Let's see what other moves get made besides the big shocker of Von Miller moving on. So we'll definitely get into some of those subjects tomorrow night. If you guys tune in for episode 106 of the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl edition. It's been real, folks. Y'all have a great night. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah. Sound like hell to the earth. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah. Alright, let me get serious this time. Yo, I'm on my God of War shit. All the war spits, let the bass kick, nigga, feel the fucking floor lift. Watch your pores rip from these razor blade fingertips. Smoke hit your face like a hammer fist. Outstanding with suicidal flow. Nose diving to a free fall. Speedball, cannonball, jerking out on Adderall. I just watch the bodies fall. Supercharged like Dragon Ball. When I spit this fire out my mouth, you hear the dragon's call. Deadly with explosiveness, you're softer than some woven silk. Grinding rappers, blessing the syrup and call it muscle milk. Some nutritious, my hunger forever endless. I'm vicious and bloodthirsty, my nigga. I handle business pretentious, I leave them injured. Eating figures for dinner, underground like Matt the Splinter. Then hibernate for the winter. Illiterate, so I can give a fuck about the sinners. Belligerent, so I don't give a fuck about repentance. Johnny plays with a bag of haze over most spirits. I'm forced to be reckoned with when I'm beating all limits. These lyrics are packed with venom. Rattlesnakes in the kitchen, cooking a recipe full of poison. I leave them finished.
Come to punches, yo, I only landed threes. These thick-fied MCs is copping plan B. Never was an M fan, they can't stand me. Been dope since before Hope sampled Annie. If it's smoke, I ain't gon' blame the jammy. Cause folk, my hands is nicer than your granddaddy. Don't spar unless you a piece and a half. If you same boat when I put feet on the track, I fuck MCs up, I'm bringing evil back. Yea, though I walk through the valley, I push it. They gon' find rappers that got at me in my footprints. The embodiment of cocaine and no-dos. I got a habit of pulling souls through nose holes. Open your old hole, sugar, you sweet. If it's BP, I'll bring it to your door like Uber Eats.
Deliver a fade to all you niggas, I just wanna unload. Basking and scream on my foes, find a way to compose. The access play up my throat, pull them fuse up the dope. Blow a ring of the smoke, terrorize all the small fires, wash them down with a coke.
Viciously viscous, I flow like rape whispers. You wishless spitters and beat the Big Dipper. Front away, bitch, you ain't clapping shit. Keep playing G, the mask don't fit. You tonic water MCs minus the flavor. I'm the illest since my mom went into labor. Sick with it, slick with it, punchlines is a major. You motherfuckers to sit back.